virtual reality within a virtual reality. The other thing is, we've become so insane, so deluded that we've actually got microscopic little digital gadgets, machines that can be injected into us. And we go, oh, that's just a crazy theory. Well, no, you've got to understand people are actually using microscopic scalpels and surgery tools through fine tubes and levers on the ends to operate them. Huge digital microscopes are looking through, getting really deep into the brain, into the unseen realms, where they're using unseen tools. They're manufactured microscopically by special combinations of metals to get themselves set down into a really fine order, and they're doing neurosurgery with them, cutting and stitching, and so it's deep. That's what's going on. So you can see then the technology that can be put into a simple injection nowadays is not just a simple injection anymore. You don't know what you're getting either. But this is just hearsay. It's more knowledge being transferred, but this is the madness of what we have become. We've developed the technology to do this shit, and that's the madness. Why would we want to? Well, we want to because we're a mad little program. The program isn't real. The program is not real. Even if we're in the program, it still isn't real. So the obvious thing is, the most obvious, logical, lateral thing to do, you can break it down into your whole left brain if you want to, and analyse it till cows come home, and you'll find that it's still the most practical thing to do is to wake up and remember that you're a program and go, hang on, let's rewrite the program. Let's rewrite it. Let's reprogram, because I'm programmed with stuff which was programmed into me and I accept it and continue to add on to. And that is not the authentic self. The authentic self is back all through those programs, re-agreeing that the way through is to recognise and become aware of your programs. It always comes back to us doing that. No one's going to help us do that one. No therapist or anyone's going to help us do that one. It's about you then going inside and working it out and taking the journey into, let's look at my agreements, everything I believe, the language, the whole lot. That's a tree over there, that's the sky. No, these are names. That's this type of bird and that type of lizard. No, they're names. Nobody else is, no one else out there, and the trees and animals and bugs and insects and everything are calling each other anything at all. They don't have the analysing going on. They have pure being, pure happening, pure nature happening right now. We're the ones operating in a dissected, fragmented, scattered, illusionary, virtual reality manner, and we love it. We're addicted to it because we don't know any different programs. So we wake up from the programs and start looking at the programs and knowing that, okay, it's okay. That's why I'm happening like this, and let's have a look at it. I can re-choose that program. Do I really believe that? Do I believe it? Do I truly believe it? How do I know? All these questions are the keys, the way through, the way out. How do I know? Be the ultimate skeptic. How do I know? Show me. But no, we believe. Well, it's a story. We believe in a story. Yesterday was a story, and so was last week, and so was 10 million years ago. Whether it was 10 million years ago, 5,000 years ago, or last week is irrelevant. It was last week. It's still last week, or yesterday. It's not happening now. It's pretty clearly obvious. But our whole program is based on last week, the last 1,000 years and so forth of programs. So we are the dead walking. Because it is the dead that left behind the programs and continues to leave behind the programs. So we must be the dead walking, because we continue to rerun the same programs of the dead before us. These are the types of prophecies and things and biblical statements and things which can be interpret it in these ways if you choose or whatever, but it still comes back to the thing of it's still a program. All of it are programs. Difference is, are they programs that are running you, or are you rewriting the programs and are they working for you? Are we working for the programs? Slaves in our lives to the programs that you're born into, and this is the way because that's the way we do it, because this is the way it is, and that's the way you're born into, the program. The program's not real, and the program's a lie, and everything your parents and everyone else is telling you is nothing but a lie, but they don't mean to tell you a lie because they don't know they're living a lie. Neither did their parents or their parents before them. Everybody thinks they're doing it from the heart and doing it with love, but how would they know? It's just another word, love. And how would they know if they're doing the right or wrong thing? They're just other words. They're programs. Where did they learn it from? Their parents and their teachers and so forth. And where did they learn it from? Their parents and teachers and so forth. Everybody's a bunch of parrots parroting one another because they don't know what else to do. Everyone wants to please one another because they don't know any other way. But they're programs. They're not real. That's the whole point. So the whole thing is a lie. I love you, you love me. Well, that's a lie in itself too. How do you know? If you don't know you're in a program, and your whole word and language and intent and meaning behind it and what is going on, and you're not integrated it within yourself, then you do not know what love is, and to even say you love yourself or anybody else. It's impossible. It's just a word to describe really what everyone is wanting, their authentic self. And their authentic self is everything but the programs. It is not the programs. The authentic self is everything, but it's everything we're born with. Everything we ever needed and everything we have is given to us, like everything else is. Why do we want to exclude ourselves out, or have been pre-picked and excluded before we even get here that we're going to be victims? We're born victims, but no, they say we're born in sin. No, and then we're born victims in the sense that our rights of even our own nudity are soon stripped away from us. Our rights to our own, we don't get a chance to make a decision of how we want to think and integrate in our lives, our natural selves. Either way, what you believe or don't believe is a program. That's the whole point. Show me one thing or anyone else, something that is not a pre-thought, pre-designed linguistic program. Linguistic, the language you speak, the program coming from the thoughts, coming from the ideas and experiences within your mind, within your brain, believing them to be real. Projections of light. There's no way around it. Scientifically, you can't argue it. Nobody can argue it. They know this. It's a light. The way it functions, it's signals. It's the electricity of life, the consciousness which flows through everything. It's only playing catch-up to keeping a close eye on its tail. This is what we're doing. But it's well known that we're programmed. Everybody in the scientific world knows that we're programmed, and so are they. It's working within the program. But if you're working within this program, trying to work the program to work for you, that's a lie. We justified any way you like, but it's still within the paradigm and the program of this virtual reality. Eventually, a person comes to it in their own way to want their authentic self, which means nothing else matters. Nothing else at all. Nothing else can fulfill their desires. Nothing else will give them peace. They know that they already are peace, and that everything else is an illusion because they've exhausted everything. Everything's then exhausted to the point where everybody eventually comes back to their diamond, comes back to their center. Or center's not even the real word for it. How can there be a center in an infinite inwardly and outwardly? There can be no center, so maybe that's not the right word. They're coming back into their authenticity. This is where we use the word authenticity again, our authentic self, or our nature self, or whatever. But again, we're using the dream language of the psychotic, separate self-mind to try and describe a way through it, the paradox. Thank you. That was fun.